that brings us to the next point, that when children come home, parents get on paper one story. They get to know, and they think they know, the child that is going to come and enter their family. And it's on that premise that they make the decision and say, yes, I accept this child or these children.
Right.
We must understand that when children are on that side and on that continent, they are busy surviving. They are going to withhold things and hide things that will give them the best opportunities, because that is what you do when you survive.
To live.
To live, just to stay alive. So when children come into U.S. families' homes and they start to rest and relax and recover and heal in these safe, warm, friendly environments where unconditional acceptance and love reigns,
They tell you things.
they are going to start telling you stories that you think, this does not correlate or jive with the information.
And
that I
that's when
have
our
received.
phone starts ringing and they say, you didn't tell us this. And you know, we
Yes.
really are honestly trying to tell parents up front, we don't know. And unless we had an investigative team over there, which we do to some capacity, but you know, we're not going to put them on a lie detector test, or a lot of times they don't even know. I mean, you've
They
got
don't.
an extended family member or a community or a street child that people just don't know.
Yes, and vocabulary is very important here, because they will come and say, my brother,
Yeah, they're not
Yes.
a blood brother.
or my mother, and this child was identified as an orphan. Now suddenly the adoptive parent here, my mother,
Right.
my father,
Right.
and they question us and they say, did you know my child has an adoptive biological family? And we say, no, they don't. When they come to us, we double check, triple check, quadruple check, because we know of this.
But they
little
call them
farm.
that, don't they?
Yes, they call each other brothers. They call each a caretaker my mother. If it's a woman on the street that just gives them a banana, they call her their
Mommy.
mother. They call me their mother when I just walk by a street child and I go buy him a loaf of bread.
And how many children have you had so far? You're going to be in heaven surrounded by multitudes going, oh my gosh.
My own village.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Well, and I also, even going off into the villages and trying to find out where a child came from, that's dangerous. I mean, it's physically can be very dangerous to do that. And I could share stories with some of the things that I've heard. Or in reality is when you go into a community like that where they feel that they are a community, and they are, and you are now the new family member, I mean, you're coming back to that village and you are expected now to support the village. And I'm not
Oh, yeah.
exaggerating that.
No,
We had a
you're
family, a parent go into a village and literally backed out because they very much expected them to build their bridge.
Oh yeah, and it's not just an expectation; it's a physical coming to you.
Oh
Saying,
yeah,
it's a physical approach. It's dangerous physically for the people that go in there, because they are not used to white faces. Tourism is not big in the southern part of Ethiopia. That is a newbie. It's very, very much
very few people
unreached.
that
Yes, yes. So even for us, I don't take my own children. There are times that I don't take them outside the hospital gate because they are thrown with rocks, and I often get yelled at and screamed at and pulled and pushed and pinched. It's normal for them. They see us as threatening because here we come in from America. You know, the media has projected America as the saving place.
right, and we're
Heaven on earth.
expect us to save.
Yes. So when, unfortunately, it is not that U.S. families come and do things.
No.
It is because they come in with expectations that put themselves at risk, that put the programs at risk, that risk the children to come after them. So it has a strong domino effect that we are more precautioned about and cautious about, because we have to stay very, very, very secure within the guidelines and perimeters that has been set up by governing organizations, by the government. We need to stay friendly with the government.
Mm-hmm. Very friendly. It's an emotional thing for them to trust this.
Yes.
To trust the fact that
Yes.
we're all doing this for the right reasons and it's the best
Oh,
thing
yeah.
for their children. And I have made the mistake myself in good intentions, meeting with a birth mother and actually bringing her pictures of her child after they had come to the United States, and she went hysterical on me. And literally, I mean, just the meltdown, the grieving that she went through all over again. And we trust the caregivers there to know at what level they should be giving back information. I mean, it's always
Yes.
non-identifying, it's always whatever. You are very careful about ensuring any people that are birth parents or
Oh,
birth
yeah.
families that the children are all right, but you're very careful about what level they can handle that emotionally and keeping the contacts from each other so that they're not going to try to contact people in the United States. that kind of
Very
thing.
much so. And the birth, if there's a birth family, they do get a post-placement adoption report. We get it in our offices,
Mhm.
in the orphanages. So the social worker plus the director plus the secretary, we have an accountability team that meet with that family.
Mhm.
And we invite them, we call them and say, are you ready to come look at pictures?
Mhm.
And we sit them down in our office and we show them the photos and we show them quickly the report and the result, but they never ever get to see the address, the contact number of an adoptive family. That is private. That is closed adoption. That is off limits. Because they do try to make contact. That is the reality. So if we we feel if we stay very, very strict with these guidelines, then they will understand eventually, because the word will go.
Mhm.
Because they go outside
They
the
tell
gate and they talk
everybody
to each other.
everything, sure.
Oh yeah. So we have to be more than careful and more than protective towards the children that have left, towards the ones that have just come in, and towards the ones that are about to leave.